Chapter 8, The Intelligence Pillar of ILLBM. Information and Knowledge, the Intelligence Pillar of ILLBM. Integrated lake, river, coastal systems are now facing pressures that are faster, broader, and more interlinked than ever before. Decisions can no longer rely only on experience, intuition, or sectoral views. We need a governance pillar that provides a shared understanding, enabling different agencies, communities, scientists, and decision-makers to view the same reality, recognize the same risks, and learn from the same evidence. This is the information and knowledge pillar of ILLBM, not merely about data collection, but about establishing a credible, living, and learning knowledge foundation for basin governance. Why this pillar matters. Rivers respond almost immediately to what happens in the basin. When it rains, when pollutants are discharged, or when flow is altered, rivers respond quickly. Lakes are different. They function as memory systems. Their long retention time means they quietly accumulate nutrients, sediments, pollutants, governance failures, and even institutional neglect. Their degradation happens slowly, silently, and often irreversibly. Finally, the coast and estuaries reveal the final truth. Whatever is not addressed upstream eventually manifests downstream, affecting ecosystems, communities, fisheries, and even economies. The information pillar enables us to understand these short-term reactions, long-term accumulations, and final system outcomes together, in one coherent way. From IWRM, IRBM, and ILBM to ILLBM. Over the past decades, the world has learned much about managing water systems. IWRM, Integrated Water Resources Management, helped us understand that water must be managed in concert with society, the economy, and the environment, not in isolation. IRBM, Integrated River Basin Management, strengthened river management by focusing on flow, catchment processes, and hydrological continuity. ILBM, Integrated Lake Basin Management, emphasized lakes as systems that require special attention because of their retention time, vulnerability, and role as sentinels of basin health. ILLBM, Integrated Lentic Basin Management, does not replace these frameworks. Instead, it connects and elevates them into a single perspective that bridges lakes, rivers, wetlands, and coastal waters along a continuous system of governance and behavior. To operate this integrated perspective, we need equally integrated information and knowledge. 4 layers of basin intelligence. In ILLBM, information does not refer solely to hydrology and water quality. A governance-relevant knowledge system needs 4 layers of intelligence. We require environmental science intelligence to understand water quantity and quality, ecosystem health, biodiversity, and long-term ecological trends. We need risk intelligence to anticipate droughts, floods, extreme rainfall, pollution shocks, climate change-related disruptions, and emerging uncertainties. We need socioeconomic intelligence to understand livelihoods, food security, community dependence, equity issues, and who benefits from or suffers due to basin decisions. Finally, we need cultural and hardware intelligence, because people do not protect a basin solely because of data, they defend it because it is meaningful to their identity, history, and future. When these 4 knowledge layers come together, governance becomes much wiser and much stronger. Core Functions Cycle. This pillar performs 6 essential governance functions. First, it observes, through monitoring, field knowledge, citizen science, remote sensing, and institutional learning. Second, it understands, interpreting patterns, linking causes and effects, and identifying what is really happening rather than what we assume is happening. Third, it translates technical knowledge into language that decision-makers, communities, and the public can actually understand and use. Fourth, it shares information openly and transparently, fostering trust rather than suspicion. Fifth, it supports decisions, providing a strong evidence base, realistic expectations, and practical choices. Finally, it learns, allowing the basin to improve its governance through continuous reflection rather than repeating past mistakes. This is why we say the information pillar is not a database, it is a governance intelligence system. Good pillar qualities. Not all information systems contribute to good governance. Some store data. Others produce reports that no one reads. A strong ILLBM information pillar must be credible to be believed. It must be inclusive, recognizing scientific, governmental, and community knowledge together. It must be continuous, not dependent only on short-term projects. It must be basin-wide, harmonized across agencies, and not fragmented by institutional boundaries. And above all, it must be trusted, because trust is the currency of effective governance. Practical minimum. ILLBM does not suggest that every basin suddenly needs the most sophisticated scientific system in the world. Many basins fail, not because knowledge didn't exist, but because knowledge was not sustained, shared, or respected. What we need is a sustained and credible starting point, a basin knowledge hub, basic harmonized monitoring, clear indicators, and a mechanism to ensure that knowledge is continuously used in decision-making. A small, honest, continuously operating system is far more valuable than an extensive, impressive system that disappears when project funding ends. Disaster and risk. Risk is central to today's basin governance. Some threats grow slowly: eutrophication, sedimentation, drying lakes, and declining biodiversity. These changes are easy to ignore because they do not screen for attention every day. Other threats arise suddenly: floods, droughts, spills, extreme storms, and require urgent action. The information pillar ensures that governance is not always reactive. It enables a risk-aware, forward-looking, and prepared system that protects both ecosystems and communities. When information fails. When this pillar fails, failure is rarely immediate. Decisions quietly drift away from evidence. Politics becomes louder than knowledge. Upstream and downstream actors stop trusting each other. Communities lose confidence. Costs rise later, during restoration, in lost livelihoods, and in social conflict. Most painfully, lakes degrade silently, and when we finally notice, recovery is slow, uncertain, and sometimes impossible. This is why this pillar is not optional. It is foundational. Hardware. Information alone does not change behavior. The frequency of monitoring does not constitute stewardship. What connects knowledge to action is meaning. When museums translate science into stories, when schools help children understand their lakes and rivers, when elders share cultural memory and wisdom, then knowledge becomes something people care about, not merely something scientists produce. This hardware dimension makes the information pillar human, emotional, and future-oriented. Closing. The information and knowledge pillar is not simply a technical subsystem. It is the shared brain of basin governance. With it, governments and communities do not merely react to crises. They learn. They adapt. They cooperate with greater maturity. They sustain their lakes, rivers, wetlands, and coasts, and the lives that depend on them. A basin that learns is a basin that sustains. This is the promise and responsibility of ILLBM.